An A? An A? An A? An A? Man, put the eighth down and come solve these problems. Man, an A?
What up, what up, what up?
How you doing, Mecca? Star Lady?
I'm alright.
I hear it in your voice.
Mm-hmm. But I'm here. I'm present.
I thought you was going to say, I'm here and I'm queer.
Look, that too.
Oh, my Lord. Okay, we repping today. We repping today.
Yes.
I'll take a little smoke break. I just fired up.
I have a story behind that. I can't even take a smoke break if I wanted to. I'm just not. I was just not aligned with doing things today. I thought that I was out of weed, and I rolled my last blunt already yesterday, and I was like, I'm gonna get me some more today, and then saw that I had I had found some, and I have some to be able to roll a blunt, and I ain't got no wraps. Look at that.
But look at God though. Look at God though, like in the sense.
Right, I got some more weed.
Right.
I got some more weed. I can live to see another day, but I can't smoke that shit yet. Gotta buy some more.
The location that you're at right now, you wouldn't be able to go in the store or grab you nothing.
I mean,
that type of party.
It's around the corner, yeah, but I just wait. No rush.
All good.
No
You smoking with your therapist today.
It's cool. I just got, it hasn't been that long since I last smoked, so I'm good. And, I got my little clothes, so I can puff on that for now. Just had to light me some, Palo.
Some what?
Some Palo Santa. I had to light some just to clear my energy.
Explain what that is. I'm always trying to learn something. And you're saying Palo, like what it
Palo Santos is like a so you know how you have sage that you would burn to help clear the energy and protect. Palo Santos is another form of that. It comes in a stick. It comes in many forms, but the most common form is it looks like a piece of wood, like a stick. Can't even explain it, but it's like a piece of wood. But when you burn it, oh my God, it smells so delicious, and the purities in it is stronger, and it's better than your typical sage. And it's called Palo Santos. If you Google it, you'll see what I'm talking about as far as what it looks like.
I bet. Okay.
But it's called Palo Santos. And it is everything. So I have to regularly burn either this or sage, but I prefer this because it's very more convenient. It's smaller. And, I can throw this in my purse and keep it moving. And I can burn it anywhere. Like, I be in my car burning it, like, putting it all over. And I know people who drive next to me be like, what this weird bitch doing? But I normally do. So I have to keep my my energy clear because I am an empath, I am sensitive, and I, am very easily susceptible to taking on people's energies. So I have to make sure that I keep my energy field clear and with only positive and love and light energy and no negative, So that's the purpose.
Thank you for indulging me. I do appreciate you elaborating.
I always try to enlighten you in any area I can, since you already know a lot. So I like to be able to have some information that you are unaware of to, provide and enlighten you with. So no problem, anytime.
Yeah, man. The little bit that I do know,
yeah.
I'm still learning. But yeah, you definitely contribute to that.
And you've been open to learning and having an understanding, which is good, because you have some people who are so closed-minded and who will be questioning everything I just said.
What do you do? What do you do in those type of experiences? Like when you're, given the knowledge, but yeah, you got somebody who's like that, the way you just described. What do you do in those situations?
I always like to provide information to just make, I'm for awareness of what's right, what's good, what's going to help you, what's going to enlighten you, what's going to be able to feed your soul. Anything that's in a positive and loving light, I'm always willing to provide feedback and information on the unaware. And a lot of times it's so funny because, and it's just been recently, these past couple of weeks, I've been providing a lot of enlightenment to a lot of different people, and I'm starting to see it from an outside perspective. Just had a conversation yesterday with a young lady who I work with, and didn't think that the messages that I was pouring out to her were going to be hitting the way that they were, but now I'm starting to see my purpose is really starting to show itself. Because I always say I'm a messenger of many things, and I feel like I'm here to provide information to people who need to hear it, and to make more people aware of the real and things that they really need to be tapped into, and not being, distracted by the BS that's going on in this world right now, because that's really all it is. But I did want to say thank you, and I appreciate you for having me on your platform again. I'm always excited when we can sit and have these conversations, and I know that I'm sort of taking the lead on this one, which I am somewhat prepared for, but we're going to make it happen.
Oh, no. I think it was a miscommunication on this one. Yeah. So I need to get my recording in. So, this is the show, but I'm glad that you're ready for that, so we can get that in ASAP. You know what I'm saying? That might even be that on, how about maybe the first full moon or something. I would like to do yours on a significant night for you, if that's possible.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that will make it all more better.
Okay, well, we kind of cut because the new moon, we already had the new moon for this month, and the full moon is on the 5th.
All right, well, the 5th, then we need to turn up. Hey, that'll be your schedule, but the 5th,
tomorrow.
Yeah, right. Now the 5th, hey, we need to turn up, man, shit. You ain't said nothing. We can do a night session. Man. We could make it real authentic, because you be dashing, so we could do it like that. Next time you jump back in the car, boom, and then we'll catch you when we'll have fun with it. But anyways, I want to make sure that you answer the question though. Enlightening the difficult mind. I don't know if you touched on that, because you talked about somebody who you dropped some jewels on, and you really see it flourishing right now. I'm talking about how you presented all that information to me just a while ago, and you said it. I'm open. I ain't really questioning none of that stuff you said. But someone who's pushing back on everything you're saying, but you're still saying it, What do you do in them types of situations? Like, how do you handle yourself in those? Because that can be a difficult, I would think, just communication kind of, me and this other person, we talking, but this can be difficult. So what do you do with that?
I mean, it's only difficult if you make it difficult, because just like we had a conversation, you're open to it. It doesn't necessarily mean that you agree on it, but you just haven't. You just, I could be in a situation where someone will be open to listening to what I'm got to say, but still kind of have some disagreements on what I'm saying. That's typical. That can happen. I'm not here to make you believe anything that I say. It's just more so making you aware and enlightening you. Now, you can have your own beliefs about it, and you can feel like what I'm saying is not 100% true, or you have your own points about what I'm saying. I'm willing to listen, because at the same time, I'm still a student. I'm always absorbing information, and you may have some more information on top of what I'm saying about the Apollo or whatever the conversation and subject is. So you just have to be open to the dialogue, the back and forth feedback of what you're going to get, because you are going to get into situations where a lot of times you can be talking what you're talking, saying what you're saying, and everything you're saying can be valid, but somebody else can have their own point of views on it and their own perspective. So you just have to be open to accepting someone else's opinion. And you both can be learning from each other. So I don't take that as a bad thing, because that's just a part of having conversations and having debates about, what's what. You're not always going to agree with everybody you talk to.
Where you are in your life right now, not in the past, but now, like maybe a 7-day span. Yeah. How often are you smoking?
I will smoke every day, but it's in spurts. It's not every day, all day. It's like the gag is, remember I had a conversation with you and I told you I had hit up my Connect, and we linked up and I got some from him. This was like, a week ago, maybe a week and a half? I don't even remember how long ago. It feels like it's been forever. But I just finished off what he gave me. And he gave me, 2/8?
So that's 7 grams.
Yeah. So he gave me 7 grams. He gave me
7 grams,
7 grams like a week and a half ago or something like that. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that ain't
and
bad.
I just finished it off, and that's due to me not smoking full blunts to the face. Like, I'll pull on it a few times, put it out. And like a blunt, a blunt will last me a minute. Like, I won't smoke no more than 2 blunts in a day.
Okay.
So it's like my consistency is not as high as yours would be if we were comparing,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, this therapist does.
Because you said that's your life. This is your life. This is what you do. It ain't.
Yeah. No. Most definitely, this is my life. Like, I'm averaging about 3 a day. I'm averaging about 3 a day unless I'm around people. When I'm around people, then I'm going to smoke a lot more than I would. But just normally, me to myself, yeah, I'm smoking about 3 a day. Well, are you a quantity or a quality person?
It just depends on because for me, it's more so the quality than the quantity. But the strand that I normally get, the quantity is always good. But I'm not one of those technical, like, some people are weed smokers where they have to have a specific strand, and it's gotta, because it doesn't take much for me. The quality of it, I guess it really doesn't matter as far as, like, it doesn't have to be super strong or potent, or because even if it's not super strong or potent, I'm still going to get that same high. Well, not the same high, but I'm still going to get the buzz that I'm looking for, because I'm never smoking to be buzzed the fuck out. my smoking is more so just to be more elevated, more calm. It relaxes me. I'm not trying to smoke to be zonked the fuck out and high as fuck where I don't know what the fuck is going on in that. If I had some good quality weed, if I pulled on that enough, I would probably be zoned the fuck I'll probably zone the fuck out. But it doesn't matter. Like, I'm not one of those smokers. Like, I'm going to my connect. Like, I want you to give me the most potent shit you got. Like, nah. You know, I'm just going to ask him what he got, and then I'm going to choose from there. And I'm not choosing to pick the one that's most potent either. It's just what I'm vibing with in that moment, depending on what he has.
Do you know the differences between, like, sativa, hybrid, and indica?
I mean, yeah, I know the basics between the sativa hybrid, but I'm not that, like, deep into the weed. Like, yeah, no.
Well, what you described, though, like, what you use it for, you know, you don't want to be zonked the fuck out, but you also want to be, you know, creative. You know, it calms you. It gives you the buzz you're looking for. The way you, from what you described.
Sativa normally does that for me.
There we go. There we go. So you do know.
Yeah, I know which ones is the uppers and which ones is the ones that. Yeah, I get the basics of that, but anything deeper than that, no, I won't be able to tell you.
Yeah.
You know, I can be able to read the buds, and you know when the bud look like this is this. Yeah, no, you lost me. I'm good.
Okay. So right now, what I have you as is a quality person, but you do want quantity, and you're more leaning towards sativa.
Yeah, I prefer it.
There we go. That wasn't too hard. All right, well, let's get to it then. Anika, what did they call you where you from? That's question number one for me. What they call you where you from?
Anika, Nika, and Anika. That's it.
So
only person who still calls me as a nickname is my aunt, my great aunt, and she called me Big Red when I was young, and she still calls me that sometimes. But everybody from my hometown, all my family members, everybody calls me Nika or Anika.
Who'd you say called you Big Red?
My aunt, because of my hair, and I was like
your mom or your dad's side?
My mom's side.
Are you close to her?
I am.
Okay. Yeah, like I ask about nicknames like for a reason, like 'cause yeah, like you said, not everybody gonna call you that. You know, like when you hear Neek, I mean that's a shortening of your name, so I guess maybe anybody could do that, but that is like a hometown thing. Where you are right now, most people just call you like what, like your full name.
No, Nika, not Neek. Nika. They just take the A away and call me Nika.
So they shorten it. What do you call yourself?
Nika.
Okay.
I don't go by nicknames. I have alter ego nicknames on social media platforms and things of that nature, but I don't personally call myself a nickname. I represent my original name, birth name.
That's what you do, but I'm saying what they call you. That's the question, and not even so much a nickname. It's what they call you, where you from, and you did
Nika.
say
You're the only one call me
Nika.
Star. Nobody else calls me out for my middle name or anything. Anika and Nika is what everybody calls me.
You just introduced something to the audience. So what is Star?
My middle name is Star Mecca, and I use it on my business platform, but I normally don't. Nobody calls me that. But my business platform is Anika Star Mecca. So I'm still representing my first name, Anika.
I like that. Stand on that shit. Because, see, people need to call you what you want to be called. People need to call you what you want to be called. Now, I will say that most of the nicknames that stick, like the longest, are the ones that, like, other people name you. Like, that's been my experience in life. But I'm leaning towards that trend, like, people who name you something like Big Red, that shit gonna last forever. You know what I'm saying? And then also that person is gonna call you. That, but when you hear it, you know who calling. Is that okay to say?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But it's very rare. My aunt lives in New Jersey, so I don't talk to her often. I seen her actually on Thanksgiving when I went home, and yes, she called me Big Red, and she's the only one that can call me that. Nobody calls me that.
Did you smile when she called you that?
Of course, it's my aunt.
Right. You making my point that these names are important. These names
Yeah,
are
but I
important.
wouldn't smile if somebody else called me that. That's the difference.
What's your motto in life? Like, do you have any mottos in life? Words to live by, or either words to die to?
You know, my main motto is everything happens for a reason. That's my main one because I don't believe in coincidences. I feel like we are here and all tapped into the universe in a way to where our life and our path has already been planned and made for us. So we don't know what to expect, but it's already been planned. It's already been laid out. Like, so what's happening is not a coincidence. Everything is purposeful. It's just a matter of if you see it for what it is, if you can get the messages out of what's going on. And I just live by that. Like, and I'm always receiving or looking for the messages within my everyday life and what's going on because everything is purposeful in a way.
I got a question to what you just said. Tell me what you think on this. So if the things are laid out the way you described, not can. So do people change? If
Yes, everybody
everything
can change.
is laid out,
Everybody has room to change.
so you can affect things that have been laid out for you, like predestined.
Yes, even though it's predestined, we all still have the right to make your own choices in life. Now to say if you're making the right choice, that's going to help your path and divinely be in the right, path, that's different. But everybody has a choice. Now, we don't know what our path is. Of course, if everybody could see in the future, then everybody will be living a good life. But it's designed that way to see what choice you're going to make. If you make the right choice, then you are aligned on your path, and things are going to move forward divinely the way that it's supposed to have been guided. But if you choose to go against what's divinely for you, then the consequences of those choices plays out in your world. That's how I see it. Now, some things, divine knows you're going to make the wrong choice, but those are lessons. That's why we have lessons, and that's why we go through things so that we can grow from and heal from, because divine knows where you are in that space, and maybe you have to go through those things, and you made that choice unknowingly to take on those lessons. But everything is divinely guided and a way for you to be able to either learn from it, grow from it, heal from it. You're doing something from the choices you're making. We're never going to always make the right choices. That's life. But it's still divinely set and planned, if that makes sense. I can't even explain it in a way for people to fully grasp what I'm saying, but at the end of the day, whether you choose right or wrong, you're going to end up where you're supposed to be. And those from your choices.
I asked you that, for a reason. And it was more of like when you did say how things are kind of mapped out, it's designed. It's already like there for you. I somewhat agree with that. So that's why I was asking, how can it be both? Like if it's mapped out, you know what I'm saying, but then I can affect that, meaning by like my choices that I choose to make. You know, that's always the confusing part for me, because I have a saying where it's like, you know, you are who you are before you got here. We try to change, but that's just the top layer. Shout out to Hove. But yeah, so I just wanted to just get you to, you know, expound on that. So I appreciate that. Has someone ever given you a last chance? And for what? Like an ultimatum type thing?
I've never been in an ultimatum situation, if I'm being honest. But when you said that, the only thing that I can think of if during the times was when I was an athlete. But in real life, in relationships or family, I've never been given an ultimatum. So I don't even know how to answer that.
I mean, it sound like you did, though. So never really received one in real life, but maybe let's dive into that athlete situation. So what specifically happened in that?
Getting the opportunity to, so when I was in high school, I played basketball, and this is what I mean about the choices that you make. When I was in high school, this was sophomore or junior year, and I got into an altercation with one of my teammates. This was a newer teammate, and got into an altercation, and we got into a fight, an unnecessary fight at that. It wasn't warranted, but I'm going to protect my space. I'm going to protect myself, especially if I feel like I'm being violated. So an altercation transpired, and I got reprimanded or in trouble with my coaches, and I had the choice. I had to, because the girl she had glasses or whatever, and her glasses broke from us getting into our altercation. I don't want to go too deep in it. Getting into our altercation, and I was about to get suspended, but not only me, because I wasn't the aggressor. She started it. So we both was about to get suspended, and we had to go into I guess you can say, an intervention type meeting, and we basically were sat down and given the options, like, we either can squash this. I was going to be responsible for paying for her glasses, and we both was up against getting suspended and losing out on games from, our team or whatever. But we did have the choice to, I had to do in-school suspension, and I had to do community service. I had to do community service because to pay for her glasses, they made me do community service. So that I was given choices on, okay, you either do these things or you're going to get this suspension. You ain't going to be able to play in the games for like 3 weeks, like all these things. So I had to make a choice. And that was, I feel like, the only time that I've ever been in a space like that where I felt like, okay, this is serious. And I don't never want this to happen again. But that's what I mean as far as choices, because even though she was triggering me and antagonizing me in that moment, I could have made a choice of not to even step to her and just go on my merry way and wouldn't have to deal with none of those consequences. But I made the choice that, we're going to do this because the hood part of me came out that day. So I had to suffer the consequences from those choices. So that's what I mean by we all have choices that we choose now. What I mean by everything is purposeful, because what came out of that is, even though I made the wrong choice in the sense of I had consequences that I had to suffer, some good came out of that, because I was able to squash the issues that I was having with this girl. We actually became friends afterwards, and I learned a lot of things as far as what not to do when I get myself in them situations, I learned a little bit about myself, how I can be a little snappy and how not to get triggered easily. So there are pros and cons of when you don't make the proper choices that we feel we should be making, because those are learning lessons that you have to go through regardless to get through life, to learn, to be able to grow as a person. You got to go through some things to know some things and learn some things.
Definitely sound like you learned from it. So that's a lesson.
Oh, yeah, because I ain't ever fight again. That was the one and only time that I had a fight with somebody that was actually something that I had a part in starting. Any other times that I got into it with or had altercations with people, it was because of other people. And I don't even want to say other people because of one person, because I probably had only about a good 3 fights in my life, maybe 4. And 3 of those was due to somebody else's BS that I was getting in the middle of.
All right. So looking back on it though, like in hindsight, looking back on it, when they gave you that ultimatum, do you think you made the right decision? Like, because they said you do this or you do that. So what do you
because
think?
I was very competitive and I wanted to play in my game. I didn't want to miss no games, and I did not want to be out. I didn't want to get out of school suspension, because I would have got out of school suspension for 5 days, and then I would have been taken off the team for 2 weeks. So yeah, I felt like in that moment, yes, I made the best decision, because I was able to still play how I wanted to, and it didn't interfere in it. And I didn't get in trouble in a sense of where it affected me school-wise, academic-wise. So, yeah, I did what I could. And then what also helped, too, is my coach, wife, even though they made me do the little community service, it was all good because it was a part of my school curriculum anyway. But what also helped is because I would have had to pay for her glasses to get fixed, and I didn't, because my coach's wife worked at a glasses place, a place where you get glasses from, so they actually got fixed for free.
Oh, that's love.
So that's what I'm saying.
That's divine intervention. That's timing. That's
You
perfect.
see what I'm saying? Right. So even though that happened the way that happened, Divine was still looking out for me like, look, I'm going to need you to get it together, but we got you.
So that ultimatum, because see, ultimatums come off real bad, like in my opinion, and I think a lot of people take them as negative. But in that one, you were presented an ultimatum, but it seemed like you had a positive consequence and you learned from it, and you never did that shit again. Is that okay to say?
Yes, it is okay to say.
Okay, all right. Well, if that is, then do you give ultimatums? Like, do you do you do that?
I wouldn't say I give ultimatums, but is the only time where I would feel like I'm laying the law down or giving, if you want to say, ultimatums to somebody, it would be like in a relationship situation, to where I'm going to lay out what I'm looking for, what I want, and all those things in the beginning. So it's more not necessarily an ultimatum, but it's like you have the choice. You either go with it, or I am not who you want.
Got it. Okay. All right, well, let's get to the next one. When have you ever made the first move?
When have I ever made the first move?
Yes, ma'am.
I mean, I make the first moves in a lot of situations when it comes to different relationships that I've been in. I've always made the first move a lot of the times.
Okay, give me one of those. Just hone in on one. Let's talk about it.
So, I wouldn't say the last person that I was dealing with, I made the first move, because I didn't. But the relationship that, I didn't make the first move in that one either. So my first relationship. If we talk about relationships, I make the first moves when it comes to like sex and shit like that. Yeah, I would make the first move. I would kiss you first. I would touch you first. I would do whatever. But because I'm not afraid in that space. But as far as like introducing yourself and, trying to talk to me, I've never really made the first move in that sense. But maybe the one time, and that was my first girlfriend, and she was different. I don't know, it was something with her that I was really drawn to her. It was like a love at first sight type situation. So, yeah, I was making all the first moves on that. I made the first move to give her my number. I made the first move to invite her over to go out. I made the first move when we had sex. I made the first move for everything.
All right. So how did you get her attention, like in the beginning? Way before the number exchange, how did you get her attention? And was she older or younger than you? That's the two questions.
You were the same age. She was older than me in a couple of months. And I met her through one of my best friends at the time. They both worked for my city's police station as dispatchers. And I went to go pick up my best friend one day at work, and she came to my car with some girl and was like, hey, this is my friend, such and such, and I want to know if you could drop her off home. And I was like, sure, no problem. And from there, it was a wrap. Because I could not get my eyes from looking at her. I don't know, I was just instantly drawn to her. And that day, I was so, drawn to her that I wanted to see her again that same day, to where I planned and had my best friend. We ended up linking up and going to, some little spot that we had where, it was like a pool hall type spot. And I ended up inviting my best friend, telling her, hey, we about to go hang out here with some of my other friends, and I want you to invite the girl from your job that you was with today. So, yeah, that was me, planning everything. And I was able to see her that night. And at this point, I didn't know if she was gay, straight, anything. All I knew was I was attracted to her, and I wanted to get to know her more, regardless if she had a boyfriend, whatever. But my plan was to find all of this out that day. And I did. And at first it was just a little flirting. I introduced myself. And it was a little back and forth flirting. And my other friend was like, I told her what was going on, that I was feeling her and everything, and she was like, you ain't gonna get her number. I hate, back then my friends was not good for me because they hyped me off to a lot of things that I did in my youngin' days. And they was like, I bet you won't try to go get her number or whatever. Did one of those. And I was like, I bet you I would. And I went over there and took her phone, and I was like, hey, I'm about to put my number in your phone, and I want you to text me when you get home. And she was like, okay. And then, because we hung out for the rest of the night, I was flirting big time. I was trying, because she didn't really know how to play pool, so that was even a plus. So yeah, let me come and help you. I was helping her, and yeah, it was a good time. And then I took her phone, put my number in her phone, and literally when we were leaving the pool hall spot, she texted me. And then we ended up getting on the phone that night and being on the phone for to the morning for 3 hours. Literally we broke day on the phone. And this was the first day. So I think that was the most that I've ever really took control and put myself out there like that. But that was my first girlfriend and the last one. And then everybody else after that, they pursued me.
So hindsight, looking back on it, was that a good decision, bad decision for you? Making that first move with that woman?
It was a good decision because still to this day, that was one of my best relationships. When it comes to the love that we had, the connection that we had, we were divinely guided to each other. The only thing is I wasn't with she was in it. Come to find out, she was bisexual. She was not a full-on lesbian. She was bisexual, and she was still in that stage of still kind of figuring herself out, and I didn't want to be in the mix of that. Like, I was in my 20s. Like, I'm not trying to force you to be or do anything you don't want to do, so I'm going to let you be, and you can go from there. So we were together for 3 years. But then she started, I guess, wanting to date guys again and do all of that, so I let her be. And we remained friends. I released her.
All right. Well,
And that's the only relationship that I can say that we remain friends, and still to this day, if I was to see her or she was to reach out to me, we will still be cordial. Like, she's the only one that would still be able to have access to me if she wanted to. Any of them other ones, yeah, no.
They cut off. Decapitate.
They cut. Cut.
Yeah. All right. We're on the home stretch. Let's knock it out. Let's discuss something in your life that you just can't seem to get over or push through, even as time passes. Like, this not the day-to-day stuff. This, that, like, I can't understand why I keep going through this shit. Like, time after time. Like, why do I keep going through this? Like, do you have, like, anything in your life like that?
Yeah, well, the situation that I'm dealing with one of my parent, my mom, but we come into a resolution on that. But when it comes to relationships lately, for me, I realize that I am putting myself in situations and dealing with people who are not truly available. And when I mean not truly available is they can't give me the time that I need, or that the time that I'm looking to have when it comes to me being in a relationship or just even romantically dealing with someone. I've realized that about my last couple of experiences is I've been drawn, or so to say, I'm choosing to be with women who are unavailable. Like, who are truly unavailable, they're not truly available for me or even a relationship, so to speak.
Okay. Now, the onset of the relationship, in the beginning of the relationship, they were there. What changed?
They changed. They showed me a side of them that I guess they felt like I wanted to see. And it made it look, and it makes it good in the beginning, but then that starts to change, and it's more so like, because I guess the type of person that I'm open in the sense of I'm not that type of person who will restrict someone that I'm dealing with, or who's overprotective, or overbearing, and I gotta know what you're doing at all times, and I gotta call you. So the person who I'm with, they are free. They are free to be themselves. They are free to do whatever. I'm not, and I'm free. I like that freedom when it comes to a relationship of, you need your space sometimes, and I don't mean need your space like go off and do your own thing. What I mean is needing your space, like sometimes you don't want to deal with the person that you're dealing with, and you just need space to yourself. So that's what I mean. Like, if a day went by and we didn't talk all day, or you going through something, I'm going to give you your space. I don't have to be all up on you. I don't have to do all of that. So I guess it's the freedom that I give people that I deal with. They take advantage of it. They take advantage of it. And they can take advantage of it in different ways. It doesn't necessarily have to, when I mean take advantage of, they're doing some shady shit or they fucking somebody else. That's what I don't mean that. I mean they take advantage of it. Okay, well, since you're giving me all this time, let me go consume myself with work. And now you're making yourself busy with work, so where now you don't have time. So when I want to deal, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I mean as far as I give people that I deal with too much freedom to just be. Because at the end of the day, it kind of hurts me because now the attention that I feel like I should be getting, you're giving somewhere else. And I always get connected with people who are freaking workaholics, like me.
Like minds, you know what I'm saying? Y'all, yeah, like minds gonna attract like minds. You don't, you're gonna want somebody on their grind, but if they on their grind, like it's gonna require time to do that, 100%. And then if I can make time for the relationship, balance.
A lot of them didn't know a balance. Like I can give you a balance. If our situation is serious enough, I'm going to make time for you. And that's the difference with the ones that I've dealt with. They didn't know how to balance, and they didn't think that it was important enough to make time. Like I wasn't a priority. I want to be with somebody who's going to make me a priority, not just what they got going on with themselves. Then why are we together? That's my whole thing. Like, let me just release you then. If that's more important and that's what you want to focus on, I'm going to release you. I'm not going to be with somebody who don't want to be there. But I'm going to need you to be honest. Like, don't lead me on. Don't drag it out. Don't do none of that. Honesty is the best thing for me because I'm open. I'm open to a lot of things, and I will communicate about a lot of things. But if you are hiding shit, not going to be open, not going to be honest, why are we together?
So right now, because I know you work, you have a business, do you have time for a relationship, like a full-time relationship?
No, not really, no. And I'm not looking for a relationship. Now, am I open to receive what's for me? Yes.
All right, so you said it yourself that you don't have time for a relationship. You work a full-time, you got a part, you have a full-time business and you work, okay? So you said it, you don't have time for a relationship and you're not looking. However, you would make time if it's presented. So meaning that if someone found you, if someone was seeking and you were interested and things aligned, then you would be in that relationship. I'm trying to understand, where would the time come from to be in a full-time relationship if you already said that you work and you got a business?
Because that's not
where does that time come from?
Like right now, I am purposely don't have time, not making time for it because I have things to do. I'm trying to meet some goals right now. So right now in this moment, no, I don't have time. But that's what I'm saying. If someone was to come and things changed, then I would adjust my time. But right now I don't feel the need to adjust my time because nobody ain't come in my life in that manner to where I want to adjust my time. That's what I mean as far as having that balance. Yeah, when you're by yourself, you can consume yourself in your work all you want, all day, every day if you need to. But if you're being presented or you're connecting with someone, then that's when you need to make adjustments.
I want to ask you a question then. Like for you, where you are in your life, what would be more important? Like what would you want to pursue? Would you want to pursue your professional life? Would you want to pursue your personal life with the relationship right now in this moment? My professional in the moment, because I've just got out of some crazy ass shit, and I'm not in the space to even be giving someone that much energy of me to somebody right now. So it will be more so focusing on my personal and professional life right now in this moment. I'm not looking for love, but I'm open to love. There's a difference. That's a nice motto. You you mentioned something about your mom and y'all have a resolution. Y'all been talking more?
Yeah, we've been trying to open up the gates of communication and trying to have some consistency with that, because that's the problem. There's never any consistency when it comes to us. I tend to go back to my norm and what I'm used to, but I'm trying to change that narrative within myself, because I know I can do better in that sense. But yeah, we've always had a strained relationship, and there was never really a lot of communication with us. And I knew that that was an issue, and that was something that I've been working on as far as healing through. And now we're in a much better space. I was able to do a lot of work on myself when it came to our relationship, and was able to get a lot of things off my chest on how I felt, just to kind of like get rid of some of those emotions and some of that trauma that I was holding on to when it comes to us. So I'm in a better headspace. I'm in a better mental space, and emotionally I'm much clearer. I can only, do my part, and then I just kind of work with where she is. I can't change her. I can't force her to make changes. I can only meet her where she is. So that's what I'm doing, and we're doing much better than where we were. I'll say that.
Beautiful, beautiful insight. If you do choose to come back, I want to pick up on that. I want to pick up with Mom and resolution and how that's going. So I like that. I like that. All right. So I end every show this way. What do you call me? How did we meet?
I don't call you, unfortunately, I don't call you by any nicknames, because I'm not a nickname girl. I'll call you E or call you Egg. And we met through a mutual friend about a year or so ago now. It's been about a year, right? Over a year. And we, like I said, connected through a mutual friend, and we kind of like hit it off, and we became cool, and that's how we've kind of actually started this, communication on your platform, because that's basically how we became really close, because you introduced me on your social media platform, and we actually went and had a conversation about a few things then, and I kind of got hit with the bug, and you've been working with me since. So much appreciation to you, because this is my third or fourth time having a conversation with you, and it seems like every time it just gets better and better. So yeah.
Now, I don't want to be selfish, because I know you did come prepared. Hit me with one of your questions or just one of your topics, and we just gonna get out of there on that.
Well, you know that a lot of my questions and topics were going to be based around what I do and my business and brand and my purpose in it all, and breaking down, your zodiac 3 core signs. And so a lot of my questions would have been based around that. But one of them is, I don't know if you want to tell everybody or not, but I ended up already doing your chart. We can just put that out there. I've already did your chart, so, when I mean chart, I did your natal. We calculated your natal birth chart, and we've confirmed what your full natal chart signs consist of. We've confirmed what your big 3 is, and we kind of went in a little detail about breaking down what each one means to you. So my question is, from you getting that background information just about yourself and learning what your 3 core signs are, with all that information that you received, how does it make you look at your life and who you are as an individual compared to what you now know?
It confirmed a lot of things that I already felt that was inside me. You know, like
Mm-hmm.
I'm damn near gonna stand on it and say I knew it was already inside of me. So it just confirmed it, meaning like that's my core. Like this who I am.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like why fight that current? Why fight that tide? Like ride that. You know what I'm saying? But also like whatever that's inside of me and that's holding me back, I need to step into that purpose. Like I
Mm-hmm.
need to do that 100%. And by me coming in contact with you and a few other individuals, like it just kind of just gave me that kick. Like okay, I
Mm-hmm.
already knew this the play, this the route. I need to run it. But then I got somebody over here on a whole nother side. Like, and I'm gonna say it like this: I'm a knower. Like I want to talk to you about this. I'm a knowledge seed. Like I want to know shit.
Mm-hmm.
But I've been working on that emotional side and the abstract side, and trying to be more pliable, less rigid, and I need strength on that side. So when I'm hearing, nigga, you was born this way, bro. Like this in you, and you tripping, like that's like that's on some other shit for me. So when that happened, it was like, okay, yo, let's go. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been going ever since. Like I was already going. So watch this. And this is what I say about the kick, meaning like I got the faith, but I've been putting in work this whole time. I'm putting in work piece by piece. But when I got that part of it, man, it's like, ooh, that battery in my back, boy, let's go. Ooh, I'm super.
Right.
Cause nothing can
Right.
fail me. Nothing. I'm afraid of nothing. Nothing can fail me. I'm good.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go. So, yeah, if that's what you want to know,
that's what I want everybody to feel like. When you get that extra knowledge of knowing and being more tapped in and aware of who you are, I want everybody to feel like they got that battery pack in their back and they can move forward in a better light with their life. So that's perfect that you explained it in that way, because that's literally what I'm trying to do when I connect with people and express this information so that people can kind of get that same feeling. But I'm going to leave. I know we got to go, but this is something that a cliffhanger that I want to leave us with that we're going to speak about in more detail, just to feed off of what you just said, because I know this is going to hit you when I ask you this, or not even ask you this, but when I say it, I know you're going to you're going to have something to say. So when you were just saying how you're trying to tap in, well, you've already been tapped in, but you're just getting more of that confirmation, and you've been doing the work with dealing with your emotions and things of that nature. And when you were saying that, the first thing that I said, because a man, it's very rare that a man would say, I am working on my femininity, because everybody has a masculine and feminine side. So when you said you're dealing with your emotions and things that are coming up, the feminine side of you is emotions. You've been masculine all your life, of course, but when you start to hit and try to break down the emotions that you're feeling and work through them, that's your feminine side that you're working on. So I just wanted to leave you with that. I appreciate you saying that. How you feel about that? Me saying, oh, you're working on your feminine side right now.
I think that's
because it's easy for a guy, it's easy for women to talk and say, like, for instance, perfect example is me and just who I am as a person, as a fluid. I will consider myself fluid. As a fluid person, I like to have a balance of my masculine and my feminine, because we all have it, but it's more so people don't have that balance. People don't know how to balance both. Some are weak in on one side than the other. And I've learned through the years and really been working on having the balance of my feminine and masculine sides. So it's easy for when women are communicating and saying and talking about your masculine side and what that entails. But when it's conversations with guys, I know a guy will look at it differently. So that's why and you're a perfect example because you're a manly man, and masculine is all up and through you. But how do you feel when I say to you, oh, you're working on your feminine side?
Well, I think for me it would be just more of like balance. Like I'm always searching for balance in the sense of like let's look at a scale, and like I can go one way, I can go the other way, but I got to return center, and that center is that zero. You know what I'm saying? That universal kind of thing. So if I'm like striving to be like a universal man, a universal person, like then I want to have balance. I want to have harmony amongst things, amongst people, you know, amongst everything. So if I know like I'm one way and that's naturally who I am, and I got a weakness on another side, I got to at least, if I observe that weakness, I acknowledge it, and then now I got to try to strengthen it some kind of way, you know, so that way I can be whole. That's trying to, you know, be more godly. I think that's the approach, you know what I'm saying? Just if we made in His image and all of these things have been provided for us, then we shouldn't squander it. You know, we should like try to make the best of it, but in a way that would be beneficial. So trying to just balance that thing on out, but you know, harmony amongst it all, you know, and I think if more people had that type of mindset, then we could have justice. And I talk about justice a lot in the sense of, because there's no legal definition for it. So the definition I have is like justice meaning no person being mistreated for any reason. And people who need the most help get the most constructive help first. That's justice. That's my opinion. But also, there's a definition for it. So, yeah. That, I ain't trying to get too technical, but like, it doesn't offend me when you say it. It intrigues me that you went that route, but I do understand from that, at least that's my understanding of it. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. What you think?
I was saying, I'm surprised. Like, I appreciate your answer and your response. I was definitely thinking that you were gonna go in a different route, but that just shows your openness to it all. So definitely appreciate that. That shows your growth, because every man is not gonna have a response like that. But that also shows where a guy is mentally in their life too.
Okay. See, we have different type of conversations. Like, I think like the guys that you encounter, like, you know, when you be talking to them, they just have an opinion. You know, I have an opinion too. I try to back it up with stuff, you know, that I'm into, but you know, everybody got their own opinion, you know. So, and I ain't saying mine right or wrong. It's just that's where I'm at right now.
No, we're not saying that yours are right or wrong, but yours is just, you're just open to seeing it for what it is, and that's good.
That's
not a bad thing at all.
All right. So, okay. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you. I appreciate you for your time and having me also be on your platform again. You know, it's always love when you reach out to me and want to holler at me.
Same here.
Man, Someone put the eighth down and come solve these problems.
Understand I don't know y'all. Remember, I love everybody. I am not your licensed therapist, and nothing shared on this podcast should be taken as medical, mental health, or legal advice. The discussions we have here are for educational, informational, and entertainment purposes only. We engage in open, honest conversations, sometimes including the mindful use of cannabis in a therapeutic setting. So kick back, take what resonates, and remember, always consult your own licensed professional for personalized guidance.